A Better Life. Welcome back. And I am so blessed to have my good friend, Mr. Lawrence Salone. Lawrence, how you doing, brother?
I'm all right, Brother Hank. How are you?
I'm doing well. Lawrence and I have been friends for several years now, and Lawrence has the Post-Trauma Institute. Lawrence, what is Post-Trauma Institute, or as you call it, PTI, and why did you start it and when? And give us a little background on exactly what Post-Trauma Institute is.
Be glad to. PTI is a regional mental health care system, and we specialize in medication management, therapy, testing at each location. And that's designed to make sure that we improve healthcare outcomes, reduce costs, and make sure that the patient has the best overall experience possible. I started it back in 2011 out of necessity. The murder-suicide rate here in Baton Rouge within the veteran community was higher than the murder rate in Chicago, and there were just no viable options. So rather than complain about it,
yes,
we put a plan together, and we've been serving Louisiana for going on 8 years now.
And you're a veteran, and
I am a veteran,
and that's what really set your heart ablaze to really reach the veterans and thus families and people that do have behavioral problems.
Right. We started, the ideal focus initially was veterans, and then we realized that we could impact the greater mental health community. So at this time we treat everyone.
Lawrence, what sets PTI from other behavioral health companies?
Well, it's a complete focus. There are a lot of gaps. As a leader, you look for gaps in the desired outcomes, and there are a lot of gaps that exist in mental health care. You can get an appointment with a psychiatrist, but it may take 8 months to get an appointment with a therapist or a psychologist. Well, we cut through all of that while having everyone in the same location so that the patient doesn't have to wait. It's an efficiency model.
And you have several doctors on staff and at your PTI.
Right. We employ psychiatrists, psychologists, social workers. I'm really happy to announce that in September we'll have Dr. Westlake. She's becoming from Alaska. She's a Navy officer.
Wow.
She'll be heading our child psychiatry program.
Lawrence, what does PTI believe?
PTI believes that every patient deserves to have the very best healthcare outcomes. It goes to the heart of why we started the company. We founded the company on the scripture Ephesians 6:8, what you do for others, God will do for you. So we stand for the patients that walk through the door. We are their advocate.
Lawrence, does PTI take insurance?
Right. We do take all major insurance companies, Medicaid, Medicare, commercial insurance. We do have some private pay patients, but that in itself is one of the things that differentiates us from other providers. We try our very best not to refuse service to anyone based on what insurance they have or may not have.
Lawrence, I know you've been in business several years now. So what is it important to know about PTI? I mean, I know your heart is to serve the community and hurting people. What is it important to know about PTI?
It's important to know that you matter. It's important to know that you should expect as a patient to have an organization dedicated and intended to give you the very best outcomes. Anything less than that is just unacceptable. We're not perfect. I mean, no organization is perfect.
Sure.
But day in and day out, I have a team of providers and staff members that work to ensure that the patient's family, you can keep your job, you can keep your marriage, you can be your very best. We have a saying at the company, we allow you to live life on your own terms. We're not there to fix you. We're there to be a tool to help you live your best life.
That's good.
Yeah.
So help them help themselves.
Correct.
That's good. And Lawrence, tell us where, if people wanted to get in touch with you or your staff, tell us where Post-Trauma Institute, or PTI as you call it, located, and tell us about that. Where you located?
So we're located on the eastern side of the parish off O'Neill Lane, 2798 O'Neill. We make it really easy for patients to become patients of ours. They can go to the website, www.posttraumainstitute.com. They can fill the forms out online. They can. We'll have a client liaison that'll reach out to them, get in touch with them rather, to make sure that it's a seamless transition into the organization.
And what's your phone number there?
They can reach us at 225-751-5412, and one of our client liaisons will help guide them through the process.
So it's best if they are in a situation where they felt like they just needed to go walk in and knock on the front door, they could do that.
They could do that. It may be difficult to get seen that day.
Yes.
In order to meet the demands on the organization, we run a really tight ship. But what we can do, if they needed to get to start the process, they can absolutely come to us, and we'll get them to fill out all the paperwork, and then we'll get them the very first available appointment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Lawrence, just tell us from your heart again, what is PTI, why PTI, and where they can get in contact with you again.
Well, PTI is an organization that's built, intended, and dedicated to making sure that the patients in our city have an advocate. 30% of any community is dealing with mental health issues, and we know that about 17% are actually getting help. We believe that those are very conservative, underreported numbers. So we're here to stand in the gap to make sure that folks have an opportunity to live life on their own terms.
Sure.
Contact us via the internet. You can contact us via the phone. Those numbers are below the screen. Or you can just come by. We're here to help. We have a belief that we'll not turn a patient away. But again, we're here to help folks, arm them with the tools that they need to be better. And that's an understatement.
And as our show title is, A Better Life, if you know someone that needs a better life, Baton Rouge in the area, get in touch with Lawrence Salone and his staff at Post Trauma Institute. Lawrence, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
God bless you, and God bless your business.
Thank you, sir.
And the people that you serve.
Yes, sir.
Be blessed.
Thank you. Be blessed.